Since beginningless time, prophecy has shaped worlds, societies, generations, and ages. Empires and kingdoms rise and fall in the wake of prophecy.
It's hard to believe, but the world is beginning to lurch forward to a new gold standard.
Therefore, behold, I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes.
Sunday, 7th January 2024.
Now, I began to see something concerning the economic arena of the world, different from this, but in a way related. I began to hear bimetallic monetary system. In other words, there's going to be a bimetallic monetary system beginning to emerge when the money faileth. You know what I'm talking about, from Genesis, about the money failing. Fiat currencies. You know what fiat currencies? Currencies that are not backed by gold, they are going to collapse. They are going to shrink first and then they will collapse. What happened? Actually, I was seeing this. This is an old prophecy from November. Shortly after I saw this, Argentina's currency, it didn't even shrink. It didn't have enough time to shrink. It just imploded.
The bimetallic monetary system is a double standard where both gold and silver were used as money or a basis for currency value. In the past, especially prior to the Second World War, it was common practice to use either gold or silver, or both, as international means of payment. These methods were also the basis for the exchange rate among currencies. This mechanism gradually dwindled as the US went off the gold standard in 1933. On 15 August 1971, US President Richard Nixon ended the fixed convertibility of the US dollar to gold. And by the word of prophecy, hidden plans of central banks and finance planners are laid bare. About 3 months later,
doing to ensure that our local currency does not die. As I said, we were already in a situation where almost 85% of transactions are being conducted in US dollars because our local currency was not living up to the function of store of value. A stable currency will ensure that we don't see massive price swings on a day-to-day basis. Divisibility, I didn't mention. You want a situation where you'll be able to go and buy and get change. And transactional capability, once we stabilize our currency, it will be more accepted in the economy and we should see more and more people transacting in our own currency.
Zimbabwe's gold-backed currency. A new dawn for African economic independence?
Judging from the current state of the Zimbabwean economy, inflation is high, their currency is battered, prices of goods and services have skyrocketed. If we zoom in on their currency, the Zimbabwean dollar, it has lost nearly 75% of its value to the dollar this year alone. And that's why the central bank made this decision that was awaited with bated breath. Now we have a new currency, the ZEG, that is backed by gold and other foreign currencies. And the central bank says they have reserves of up to $285 million. So what's happening currently is banks and other financial institutions are recalibrating their systems and rebasing their current balances. And the central bank governor, who assumed his role a month earlier than expected, says that a couple of changes will be coming. And part of these changes is, one, to ensure that the Zimbabwean currency does not die, but also to stabilize it so that they can have some stability in the prices of goods and services.
The Zimbabwe Stock Exchange announced that effective from April 8th, the trading currency is literally called the Zimbabwe Gold, or ZIG. According to the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe Governor John Mushayavanyi, The new structured currency will be backed by a basket of foreign exchange reserves and precious metals, mainly gold, being held by the central bank.
There will be a transitional period where some of these countries will run to the bimetallic monetary system. That is gold and silver.
As this prophecy plays out in Zimbabwe, other countries have announced measures to overhaul their old currencies. With this light, the child of God can see how current events are being shaped by this prophecy. The sacred things hidden by those who control the levers of power in this current age are exposed and made bare by the splendor of prophecy.
I've put here the days. The man of God, I will permit him to see because of his exclusivity. You see that I put there the days when I received different things? You see that? November, that's when I received that, even before I went away. Because I told you by November that I had already begun to see certain things. I began to see this, and then, the fiat currencies shrink and collapse. And the metallic monetary system, now, there will be a transitional period where some of these countries will run to the bimetallic monetary system. That is gold and silver.
And to the rebellious in the world, this sign comes as a judgment. The idols of the heathen are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. Psalm 135:15. But unto his children this prophetic sign is for comfort and peace. When God also brought the children of Israel up out of Egypt, he led them out laden with silver and gold, and there was none feeble among his tribes. Psalm 105, verse 37.